The rock deposits of the Green River, Utah area have uniquely interesting geologic features.
Hold on a dadgum minute. What do you think you're doing?
What do you mean? I'm telling the folks about Green River, Utah and all the exciting things there are here.
Exciting? You was boring these poor folks plumb to death. You mangy varmint. This ain't no National Geographic video.
Just trying
there
to
ain't
tell
no
these...
trying, they're just doing, and plenty of it. Now you get why I tell these fine folks a thing or two about this town. Now go on and get. Howdy, pilgrims. I'm the law in this town, and if you're looking for recreation, fun, and just a dang good old time, you've come to the right place. Green River is centrally located, south of the Dinosaur Diamond, north of the Grand Circle, and east of the famous Utah Narrows, making it the perfect place to strike out in any direction for any number of Canyonland fun. Settled in the late 1870s, Green River was the overland mail route between Salina, Utah and Ouray, Colorado. The first permanent settlers of European stock were the families of Thomas Farr and Matthew Harton. The Farrs played a leading role in the community for several decades, operating a general store, a bank, and a ferry service. Completion of the Denver and Rio Grande Western Railroad in 1883 made Green River a shipping point for livestock, mining equipment, and supplies. This gave the town 375 residents by 1890, in addition to the cowboys, sheep herders, and prospectors from the Book Cliffs and the San Rafael Desert. We're on the Outlaw Trail between Robbers Roost and Browns Park, which gives us our Wild West reputation. But don't you fret none. I got the law under control now.
Under control, huh?
Now, Butch, I don't want no trouble out of you.
Ah, don't get your britches in a bundle, Sheriff. I'm just explaining to my acquaintances here what a businessman like myself can do in these parts.
Businessman? Well, I'll be hog-tied and branded like a rodeo steer if I ever believed you was a businessman.
Green River has a storied past about outlaws and rough men coming through these parts, mostly by horseback in many canyons, byways, and endless trails in some of the most beautiful land on this here earth. There's the San Rafael Swell, just minutes away. We call it the Silent City. The Swell is one of the last great American wilderness areas yet to be discovered by most folk. You can get to this magical land by horseback, hiking, and even mountain bike. Most trails are hidden among many twists and turns of these enchanted canyons, where ne'er a soul is usually found in a day's adventure. This landscape has places to explore, whether you're a seasoned rock climber, canyoneer, or a family with little critters. If you got some young'uns with your party, you might try hiking the mystical area of the Goblin Valley State Park too. It's just a short drive away to the southwest, and I'll wager a silver dollar you ain't never seen a place like this anywhere. Almost like you just stepped off this rock and onto another planet far away. The opportunities for wandering around this surrounding wilderness, whether it be by foot, hoof, or pedal, are virtually endless. Why, just the other day, after making a withdrawal from the Price National Bank, I was headed down the Green River by raft and...
Now, just one moment, sir. I believe any elaboration about a journey down this river be expounded on by the man whose ventures first recorded her mysteries. If you have a keen interest in the wonderment this picturesque finger of water called the Green River rewards would-be explorers, I do attest to the knowledge of becoming its scope and grandeur. In other words, grab hold of an oar, get into the boat. The town of Green River derives its namesake due to the accessibility of the river itself. With an input point 120 miles above the confluence of the Green and Colorado rivers, it is easy to manifest an image of the diverse rafting opportunities this body of water affords. The labyrinth of red rock canyons and the virtually untouched maze of spectacular vistas and hidden canyons are something only a poet or an artist would venture to describe with any level of credibility. The southern portion of the river offers mostly family-friendly, river-floating relaxation. But to the north of town, down through Desolation and Gray Canyons, places of calm, meandering river are spontaneously punctuated by areas of heart-pounding whitewater rapids. And I can tell you from experience, these rapids present moments of both excitement and enterprise. Whether it is by raft or canoe, both guided or left to explore by oneself, I cannot emphasize enough the spectacle of enjoyment travel down the river permits. A short visit to the John Wesley Powell River History Museum in Green River proper is a great place to begin learning about the storied history of its exploration. And the surrounding area is filled with landmarks of history and interest.
But you're not the first man down this river, were you, John Wesley Powell?
A subject you no doubt would be best to explain.
People lived here long before the foot of any European ever touched the soil of this continent. And their record is carved up on the rocks of many canyons surrounding the town of Green River. The land surrounding Green River is an open classroom of geology, archaeology, and the history of the indigenous peoples of the Americas. The Sanderfell Swell hides many of these ancient carvings and images, where few modern explorers have ever seen. The opportunity to discover hundreds of such locations is endless from Green River. But the Native Americans were not the first to leave a record of their lives in this place of mystery. There is no other place on Earth where such a distinct fossil record can be seen. The Cleveland Lloyd Dinosaur Quarry is world-renowned for the rich deposit of bones and prints.
My name is Pearl, and I grew up on the Robber's Roost where Butch and the gang hung out. I wrote a couple of books about life there. It hasn't really changed much. You can cover a lot more territory now on your four-wheeler than we ever could on our horses, but it's still just as spectacular. There are more than 677 miles of designated trails for the off-highway enthusiast, and more than 1,300 miles of county, state, and federal dirt roads as well. Any modern cowboy can have a fun day in the sun zipping around these trails to see many of the places we talked about, and even places where you gotta jump off your rig and continue in by foot. Be mindful of the areas marked for off-road vehicle use, and you'll have a hoot like riding a first-time bronco at the Hoedown Rodeo. Why, you can even head on down to the Crystal Geyser, a rare cold water geyser that shoots up to 60 feet in the air. One thing hasn't changed. The finest melons in the state bring visitors to help celebrate the crop every September. All the melons you can eat for free. What a deal!
When it's time to supply your adventure in Green River, there is no better place than the West Winds Truck Stop. Fuel up with gas or diesel at great prices, and then stock up in the convenience store on ice, snacks, lunch, sodas and drinks in a clean, friendly environment. And if you're really hungry, mosey on over to the West Winds Restaurant, where breakfast, lunch, and dinner are downright delicious 24 hours a day. Extreme Adventure Rentals provides ATVs, snowmobiles, and personal watercraft for guided or unguided tours in southern Utah. It is our desire to provide each of you a specialized, professional service that enables you to fully enjoy your extreme adventures. Let us help you enjoy the adventure vacation of a lifetime. Green River is the location of the official John Wesley Powell Museum. Many artifacts and relics can be viewed in the museum. This collection honors the rich history of the area and offers the visitor an in-depth look into how this land looked during the early days of the West. Be sure to visit the museum gift shop for souvenirs, books, local jewelry, and a huge selection of amazing, unique crafts, guidebooks, and videos. If golf is your game, you're in luck. The Green River Golf Course is set in one of the most amazing places on earth, with the majestic Book Cliffs as your backdrop. Bring your set of clubs or rent from the pro shop and have one of your best games ever.
We got just about all the wilderness fun you'd ever need. Well, ain't you gonna start narrating?
What more is there to say? Green River has services for hikers, campers, off-highway vehicles. We have lodging, fine eateries after a full day of adventure on the trail. All the modern conveniences are here, settled nicely in with the grand outdoors. For more information, visit www.greenriverutah.org or call the number listed at the end of this video.